Xavi is the new manager of Barcelona, and many expect him to be their saviour. But is the former Spain international going to be enough to revive the club's ailing fortunes? Barcelona are in trouble and need to reverse the tide, which means some bold decisions have to be made. PSG can't have a life without Kylian Mbappe, but the Frenchman is likely to leave anyway, and it appears that the French giants have started to draw up a list of possible replacements. Not only that, the Parisians are also looking to make a move for a Chelsea star who's refusing to sign a new deal. There are so many stories that we need to cover, so if you like the video, then click the like button, subscribe to our channel, and get ready for your daily dose of all things football. At a time when he's refused to extend his contract, causing a lot of distress in Germany, Kingsley Coman has distinguished himself for France. Brilliant in his role against Kazakhstan, the former Paris Saint-Germain man proved that he isn't just a player who's good enough for cameo appearances for Les Bleus. But in Munich, the complicated negotiations the players' camp has had are leaving Bayern Munich with little room to maneuver. The French winger is under contract until 2023, but isn't too keen on signing new terms. This is why the German champions have been forced to consider selling him next summer in order to avoid losing him for nothing a couple of years from now. Moreover, the post-Coman life seems to be coming into place. Jamal Musiala and Leroy Sané have shown great form, while Munich are also keeping an eye out on the likes of Luis Diaz and Ajax's new sensation Antony. This is a situation that Barcelona are looking to take advantage of. According to the Spanish media, the Blaugrana have asked Bayern Munich about the possibility of signing Coman on loan in the winter. Xavi is eager to sign a new winger at all costs in January. The name of Raheem Sterling has often been mentioned, but Manchester City will definitely ask for a lot of money for the England international. So far, Munich don't feel like sending their star winger out on loan, but the Catalans are hopeful that they might be able to convince the Germans into changing their stance. Meanwhile, Xavi had a lot of problems to deal with ahead of his first game in charge, which happened to be the derby against Espanyol. The likes of Sergi Roberto and Ousmane Dembele are still on the injury list, while rising star Pedri is set to miss out another month of action due to a relapse of the injury that he suffered during the Champions League outing against Bayern Munich. Things aren't looking that good for the Blaugrana, and we feel that Xavi has got quite a job on his hands. Tracked by Real Madrid and Bayern Munich, Antonio Rudiger is a highly coveted man. Set to enter free agency next June, the Chelsea man will be spoiled for choice when it comes to choosing his future club, which could also be at PSG. Reports claim that the Parisians have already started discussions with the player's entourage. More than ever, in the coming months, the quest of free players being at the heart of a merciless battle between the top sides in Europe is heating up. If the likes of Mbappe, Pogba and Dembele get the most attention, there are other players as well who will be looking to take advantage of their own contractual situations. This is the case with Rudiger. Since helping Chelsea win the Champions League last season, the German has resurrected his career under Thomas Tuchel. The 28-year-old is a player the Blues don't want to lose, but so far he hasn't signed an extension. According to rumours, Rudiger has been unsettled following concrete interest shown by Madrid and Munich, which means that the former Roma man is now analysing his options. Reports claim that PSG are now ahead of the curve, with discussions already underway between the club and the player's agent, Zahir Zenezi. Pochettino is a huge fan of the towering German defender and believes that he can form a great partnership with the likes of Marquinhos or Presnel Kimpembe. Manchester United are resigned to losing the services of Jesse Lingard after latest talks with the player's entourage over a possible extension broke down. The English midfielder spent the second half of last season on loan at West Ham United, where he absolutely shone, showcasing his skills as one of the most talented players in the Premier League. It was widely expected that Lingard would be given chances this season, but so far the 28-year-old has been unable to do so, largely due to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's hesitance to give a fair shot to players outside his trusted circle. It has also been reported that Lingard has become disillusioned with life at Old Trafford after constantly watching other teammates going through the same conundrum. Moreover, it appears that the player was left bemused after the club offered him fresh terms where he would be making less than what he is right now. Taking stock of the entire situation, Lingard has now decided to sever ties with his boyhood club. It's not a good bit of news for Man United, who are already resigned to losing star midfielder Paul Pogba. The Frenchman is currently injured and will be out of action for 3 months, which means that he might have already played his last game for the club. It seems that United no longer have any plans to extend the 28-year-old's current deal, since they don't want to shoot themselves in the foot by offering lucrative terms to a player who may or may not become a consistent performer. Pogba is not as decisive as he can be, and after going through a turbulent last few weeks, has shown that he's not the sort of player who can be trusted when the team really needs him to lead by example. But seeing Jesse Lingard leave will be more shocking and unfortunate, because the attacking midfielder was never given a fair chance to showcase his potential. But maybe there's still time, so maybe Ola might manage to change his ways. In football, the appointment of a new coach can reshuffle the cards within a squad. The arrival of a new coach thus arouses a certain enthusiasm, in particular among the players dismissed by the previous manager. Not always on good terms with Jose Mourinho, who reproached him for his inconsistency and recurring injuries, Tanguy Ndombele thought that he could revive his career under Nuno Espirito Santo. It must be said that the Frenchman has done well, but unfortunately for him, Santo's sacking means that the former Lyon man will have to work even harder than ever. Will the arrival of the Italian tactician allow Ndombele to flourish? Is he enough to become indispensable in Conte's eyes? Ahead of the game against Leeds United, Conte delivered quite a message to his player. If Ndombele wants to win and become a regular starter, he'll have to understand his manager quickly. I have seen many managers struggle with him. He has quality. He has to understand that this is a team and he has to play in a team. It is important to do what the job requires you to do. We are working hard. He has to work a lot more than the others. He has talent, but he has to put himself in the squad for the team, not for the player alone. Each player should know what to do. If each player is happy with just being on the field, it will be a waste. Well, it's crystal clear. Conte wants nothing but the absolute best from a player who has way too much quality to have pointless outings. After an eventful summer marked by the departure of Lionel Messi and a gloomy start to the season that led to the ousting of Ronald Koeman, Barcelona are in a sort of happy place once again. That's largely due to the return of Xavi on the Catalan bench and the recent signing of Dani Alves. The club's fans have started dreaming of the return to the good times, and ahead of the game against Espanyol, Xavi went to great lengths to talk about the team's ambitions in the upcoming transfer window. The next few weeks are going to be crucial for Xavi as he looks to guide the club towards a much better future than the reality they're stuck in right now. 9th in the league standings and not doing that well in Europe either, the Catalan giants are in trouble. It has been reported that Memphis Depay, who has been one of the rare bright spots in an otherwise dismal campaign, could be sacrificed, and it appears that Xavi's statement is in line with that. He is a very important player for us. He also makes the difference with the Netherlands and is a player who needs to feel involved. We're talking about a player who makes a difference. He can play as a number 9 or as a winger. The statement clearly means that Xavi is not too sure about Depay's future, and that the former Lyon man might become a dispensable part of the squad. And with the club already eyeing a new winger in the January transfer window, the talented midfielder's struggles may have just begun. At the same time, the club has been rumoured to be trying to offload star midfielder Frenkie de Jong. The Dutch and if they're able to sell him to a club, Barca will have raised enough money to make a move for other players. While de Jong's departure would be a blow, it appears that Xavi is happy with his midfield options and is clearly relying on young Xavi to become his main man for years to come.